Hey there, this is Kirsten here, and today I want to talk about overtraining and some psychological signs that you are doing too much. So you probably know what the physiological and physical signs are. You may feel really tired, your muscles may be really sore, you want to sleep longer, or you cannot fall asleep, or you have lost your appetite, or your appetite is super big. All these things, but what you may not have considered is that overtraining also impacts our psychological health. So today I want to talk about four signs that tell you that you might be overtraining. Number one, you are losing your motivation. If you have always been the person who is super excited about working out and can't wait to get to the gym or outdoors or running, but now you start to feel like day by day how your motivation is totally going downhill and you have no idea why. You're like trying to do whatever you can, maybe trying to find a workout buddy or still forcing yourself to go and work out anyway, but it doesn't feel the same. It's really hard to go and do the things that used to be really easy and normal to you before. So the thing is that you may have done too much, you may have worked out too much, and you haven't taken enough rest days. And I totally know that this happened to me. I know it really well. So for many years, working out was not a problem for me. But at the end of 2016, I started to get really tired. And it was so hard, so hard to go out in the morning and work out. I would always work out first thing in the morning. But it was really hard, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know who I am, why am I feeling this way. I felt really bad. So what I did was I signed up for a bootcamp class, and so I would stay accountable. I would still do my workouts because I was really afraid that if I don't do anything like that, I would just stop working out altogether, and I was really terrified of that. So I started going to bootcamp classes. And at first it worked. Yes, I had to be there on time, I had to do the workouts, so I stayed accountable. But it was getting harder and harder even to get out and do those workouts at the gym with other people. And eventually I ended up taking a break from working out altogether to recover from hypothalamic amenorrhea, to get my period back, and to recover from serious overtraining. So that's number one, you're losing your motivation, you might be overtraining. Most people's attention span has shortened a lot nowadays, so we have our phones and computers and laptops, and we jump from one thing to another anyway, but sometimes you really need to focus, and when you are severely overtrained, then focusing might be really hard. What happens when we work out is that we activate our sympathetic nervous system. So our heart rate goes up, we sweat, we breathe harder, all these things that are signs that our sympathetic nervous system is activated. Now, when we stop working out, we should switch back to parasympathetic nervous system, which calms us down. We can breathe slower, taking slower and deeper breaths. When we are working out too much, it's going to be really hard to switch back to this parasympathetic nervous system that allows us to focus, to relax, to concentrate on things that have to be done. It's just really hard to do. I remember really well how I had really hard time focusing when I was writing my PhD, and this is kind of ridiculous because this is a serious thing to do, right? But I was so overtrained that I could barely remember things that I just read, and I could really hardly ever even focus on what I was reading. It was super hard, and I was just so overtrained. I ran so much every day, I didn't fuel myself properly, and it was just a mess. So that's the second sign that you might be overtraining. It's really hard to focus. The third sign that you might be overtraining is that you get super moody and irritable. And poor people around us, they see it all the time. When we work out in proper amounts that it's good for us, then our bodies release endorphins, the happy hormones. We feel better and we feel happier, everything's fine. However, if we overdo it, then there's going to be this constant cortisol output, which is the thing that makes us moody and irritable and wanting to snap at everybody. If you're working out a lot, your sleep might be messy too. You may not get enough sleep, and that of course then adds to being irritable and moody and grumpy. Again, I have definitely had this experience myself, and I think you have too. If you have ever had like 1 or 2 nights when you haven't had a good sleep, everything seems to be wrong in the world, and it's really hard to be nice, to be calm, to be chill. Being irritable, grumpy and moody is the third sign of possibly overtraining. And the last thing that tells you that you might be overtraining is actually a combination of first 3, and it's being depressed or feeling really depressed. So the first 3 signs were losing your motivation, having a hard time focusing, and being moody and grumpy and irritable. So of course all these things don't make you feel good. You may get really depressed and sad and feeling that you're super alone and you have no idea what to do about it. Alright, to sum up, overtraining can definitely cause you some psychological symptoms as well, not only physical symptoms. It's a good idea to take more rest days a week, to give your body and mind some time to recover, to feel better, eat good food, and take care of yourself. Okay, that's it for me today. If you have any questions, let me know. I will get back to every email. Thank you so much. I will talk to you next time. Bye bye.